Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. You might have been wondering, why didn't we do a puzzle celebrating the American Independence Day on its 250th anniversary this week? And I didn't know there was a puzzle out there that did it, but I do now. It's by Rocky Roar, and I always enjoy Rocky puzzles, so I'm going to have a go at this. It's blue, white, and red, like the American flag, frankly, like the British flag as well, and the French and others. But that's fine. I'm definitely keen to give this a go. Now, it's been a tough day. I was up all night watching the football from the World Cup, England against Mexico. And no spoilers in case you haven't seen that yet, but there'll be football again tonight with the USA playing. Now, I have a fantastic fact that relates to Independence Day. Canada's last match, in fact, it became their last match of the tournament, was on the US's Independence Day. And the USA's last match was on Canada's Independence Day. How fantastic is that? Anyway, I don't think FIFA deliberately engineered that. I think that just happened. Now, tonight we are streaming. So as this goes out, we're in the Blueprints house. And I think I've found a way to let you have a map. So you'll know that by now if you're watching the stream live. And hopefully we're making progress in the atelier part of the Blueprints house, the design part. It's just a fascinating game. I think there's a sort of feeling that a lot of the game's secrets are coming out now. And I'd urge you to join us, especially late on. Now, I know that our stream tonight will run up to within an hour of the USA's football match. I think it's USA-Belgium, but anyway, join us before watching the football, or if you're not interested in the football, and many people aren't, join us instead. Now, that's Patreon. Yesterday, no, that's not Patreon. I haven't done Patreon. I'll do that in a moment. Yesterday, Simon released on the main channel his solve with Mark Skosich, competition winner from the prior month, of a puzzle on which they collaborated. It's a really tough puzzle, actually. Very well done to that Mark, probably a better Mark than me to solve with, and well done to Simon as well. Something else Simon did well is on Patreon. That's the GCHQ challenge puzzle. That is an amazing 2-hour solve. Also on Patreon, of course, this month's puzzle hunt, which if you happen to be the lucky winner, you could become the collaborator next time. It's by Panthera and Sandra and Nala, and it's a really good excursion Sudoku hunt. Give it a try. Also on Patreon, Gridogram and Connections videos. And today, for everyone on Patreon, not even behind the paywall, just go to the Patreon site, the map that we're using in Blueprints, or that we're using to start the day. It's not interactive. It's just a shot of it, basically. Oh, goodness. Now, we've also got apps. They feature Arrow Sudoku and Classic Sudoku 2 and the Worms. We've got merch. So much going on, not just at the World Cup, but in our lives. 2 videos a day, Minute Cryptic, Wordle in a Minute. I can't list for you everything that's going on with the channel. Check the description field. But let's have a look at 250. Now, I may have called this a Sudoku puzzle earlier, and it is not. And you'll see that normal Sudoku rules do not apply as I go through the rules. Fill the grid with the digits 2, 5, and 0, such that there are 3 2s, 3 5s, and 3 0s in every row, column, and 3x3 region. 3 2s, 3 5s, and 3 0s. Bulbs are 1, 2, or 3-digit numbers read from left to right and are the product of the digits along the arrow. No leading tens or hundreds numbers digits can be 0. Wow, so we're talking about products. So this will be a 3-digit number that is the product of all these cells on this arrow. fascinating. I have no idea how we're going to solve this. Let's get cracking. But I mean, Rocky Rower is a noted math teacher, so we shouldn't be shocked to get some maths. Now, those two must be the same. I believe the product of one digit is itself, or it certainly is for the purposes of this puzzle. If I called that one of the digit types, this must be another one, because we can't have 4 of the same in the same row. Now, does that mean that this arrow has 2 of the same digit type on it? We've got to find homes for 3 pinks, if pink is the third colour in this row. One could be there, one could be there. There must be at least one on this arrow. Could we put one of each on here? Right, that's what would happen if these were both pink. This would be a pink, a blue and a yellow. I don't think 0 times 2 is 5, or 0 times 5 is 2, or 2 times 0 is 5, so no. What do I think is happening here? We've got a single digit product. That has to be 0. And one of these two, or maybe both, is 0. I think we can assume that 0 times 0 is 0, rather than worrying about it being undefined. So there's a second 0 here, and now 0 must be pink. Now, this is a 2-digit number, so it must begin with a proper 2 or 5. Actually, that's the same for any 2 or 3-digit pill. They can't begin with a 0. Hundreds and tens digits that are leading can't be 0. So that's worth putting in. Now, one of these at least is a 0. I'm very hesitant to use corner pencil marks in this puzzle because I won't know what they mean. They're very useful when a digit is confined somewhere within its row, column, or box, but when there are 3 of each in every row, column, and box, that's not so easy to do. Now, what are the 2-digit pills? If we made this 25, I don't think that makes sense. You'd have to have 5 times 5 times 1. You can't use 2 or 0. So that probably means this digit can't be 5 at all. 55 would need an 11 in the factors. So this is not 5. Can it be 22 or 52? I don't think so. I think this is a very important lesson. I suspect that none of the 25, if you could find an arrow where there were only 2 digits on the arrow and they were in different rows, columns and boxes, 25 would be possible. Like if it was just those two, 5 times 5 equals 25. But my feeling now is that none of the 2-digit numbers at least can end in 2 or 5. 22 has 11 as a factor, so does 55. 52 has 13 as a factor. You just can't make it up from 0s, 5s and 2s. So I think this digit is 0, and I think this one is 0, and this one is 0, and this one is 0, because none of them are 25 eligible. So I could colour those pink if I was trying to maintain this colour scheme. Let's do that. Now, if it was 20, these would have to be 2 times 2 times 5. If it was 50, 5 times 5 times 2. Wow, those are very doable. Oh, neither of those combinations for column 9 included a 0 in. 2 times 2 times 5 and 5 times 5 times 2. We're going to have one each of those, and that digit at the top is a 0. And that's all 3 zeros for this box. Now, that's quite interesting. Is it? Maybe it's not. It feels a bit interesting. Now, I have not dared think about the 3-digit pills yet. we'll get to them. This one, again, 20 or 50, so 225 or 525. I mean, that means all the digits on them have to be 2 or 5. That's worth knowing. These two are the same as each other. We've had 4 2s and 5s in this row, but it's not the same as having had 6 of them. Okay, I'm going to have to think about the 3-digit pills, and I'm probably going to have to do it now. That's a little bit depressing. So what is going on in a 3-digit pill? Could it possibly... It's 200 or 500 and something. I think round numbers that end in 0, they're going to be fine. The question I'm more asking is, could such a 3-digit number end in either 2 or 5? If it ended in 5, the only digits on its arrow would all have to be 5s. Oh, that's not impossible. So it would be a power of 5, actually. If you introduced a 0 or a 2 to an arrow which had 5s on, you'd always get a total ending in 0. That's interesting. So what are the powers of 5? 5, 25. That is doable, but it doesn't happen in this puzzle. 1, 2, 5. No 1s allowed. 6, 2, 5. And then we're going to go up to 3,000 and something. So where no 6s are allowed. So none of these end in 5. I don't think any of them end in 2. Then digits on their arrows would all have to be 2s. Let's just go through the powers of 2 in case there's anything made up of 2s and 5s and 0s. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, that was close. 512, that's quite close. And then we're up to 1024, a 4-digit number. So all of these pills have to end in 0. That's my new conclusion. And I'm putting them in and colouring them. Now, that's all very well. 250. Could it end in a 5 and a 0? It couldn't be 550 because that would be divisible by 11. 250 though, that is possible. 250 is 2 times 5 is 10 times 5 times 5. So you'd need 3 5s and a 2, exactly those digits. 4 digits. This one is a candidate. The others all look like 5 digits. Or the other 3-digit numbers, they are all 5 digits. So this is the only one that could be 250. So that digit is 5 or 0. I don't think it can be 2. Let's just have a quick think about 220 divisible by 11, 520 divisible by 13, ruling those out. In fact, that's okay. We can put 0 or 5 in all of these. Now, 250 we've looked at, and 550. I think for the 5-digit numbers, we can't have a 5 either. So that must be 0 in all of those cases again. And we go pink there. Now we're getting quite a lot of the pink done in the puzzle. Now, the next question is 200 or 500. And I suspect both are very possible. But what is the maths? Obviously no 0 on the line. I've only just worked out that's mandatory. So 200 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5, 3 2s and 2 5s. 500 will be 3 5s and 2 2s. But there's no 0s on the lines. And I should have worked that out ages ago. That's absolutely vital. There's no 0 on this line either. So there's loads of places now where I just go, where are the 3 zeros? Row 2. There's the third one. Box. Those 2 can't be 0 because they're not pink. So that's the third 0 in box 2. I saw somewhere else, this box, box 9, there's a 0. This box, those two both have to be 0. We've got all 3 zeros for columns 7, 8 and 9. Oh, column 6. We can just do it by column there. Those two are 0. Column 5, yes, we know that's not a 0, so this is the third 0 in column 5. Now this box is done and this digit is a 5. We need one more 0 in row 9, so that's a 0. Now they're all done for box 8. We're all done for row 8. So one of these is 0. This one is definitely 0 to complete the 0 count in its row. This one is definitely 0 to complete the 0 count in its row. And one of these is 0. One of these is 0. That's not 0. So the zeros in the first column are everywhere that's available. That's finished off zeros in box 1 and box 4. And this is the last 0 needed in column 2. And I think that's all the zeros for the puzzle done. Now, oh, have I mentioned? Yes, I did mention that we're celebrating the anniversary, blue, white and red, 250 for the anniversary year. Of course. Is it, I've heard it called a semi-quintennial and a centisesquicent, or a centisesquicentennial or something. I don't know. Anyway, oh, sorry, there's a beep. Let's get rid of that. Now, we've got to work out these other 2s and 5s. This is where the hard bit comes in. These two are the same color as each other. That's a 5. Oh, and it's, so it can't be 550. It must be a 250. And its arrow, what did I work? I've worked this out before. I shouldn't forget. I think there are 3 5s and a 2 on it. Yeah, that's right. Now, the 3 5s can't all be in this box because that would be 4 5s in the box. So 2 of them are there and 1 is here. The 2 here plus that one means we've got all the 5s for this box, and these digits are 2s. I don't know the colours. I shouldn't really have coloured yellow and blue up there, maybe. Or maybe I go for different colours if I figure anything else out down here. Now, do any of these 3-digit hundreds numbers play off against each other? No, they don't. What about this one? Oh, it can't be 20. Yes, it can. 225 would be 20. In fact, whatever that digit is, let's call it red. One of the digits here, and so one of these, sorry, one each of these are a 2 and a 5 to get to the 10, and the other one is red. So the last 2 reds are in this row. So these 2 are a different color. Let's make it green. And green there, again, these will be 2 greens and a red down here. I don't know, that's very hard to figure out which way round they're going to go. Whatever color this is, I don't know if red's different from yellow. I'm going to get rid of the yellow and blue, just see if we can work on red and green for now. But it didn't get very far, did it? That digit, we worked out these 2 had to be different because these 2 arrows, one of them's going to contain 2 2s and a 5. One of them's going to contain 2 5s and a 2. So that's red. Then down here we have 2 reds and a green. And here we have 2 greens and a red. That 2 on an arrow, one of these must be a 5 to get the 0 there. And the other one is the same color as this digit. That's not helpful. These are 2 of one and 1 of another. So these are 2 of one and 1 of another. And they have to break into a 3-2 pattern on their arrow. My goodness, I don't know how to use that. I want some freebies. I'm not seeing anything. This color will appear 3 times on this arrow and the other color twice. Same is true for this color on this arrow. This color will appear 3 times on the arrow. So let's call it light blue, and the other two of the appearances on the arrow can be there. The third one on the arrow is going to have to be here. Also, that's going to have used up all the light blues here. So this is opposite to light blue. It's gray, and that's gray as well. And in this column, these are either both gray, in which case that's light blue and that's light blue, or they're both light blue. Oh, but we don't know what red is. Oh, bother. I might have started in the wrong place, obviously, in terms of colouring. I think there is colouring to be done, but we have to start in the right place, and I don't know where that is. Oh, these are 2 reds and a green. So these are 2 greens and a red. So if this was 1 green and 1 red, that would be green. If these were double red, that would be red again. Here's something. This red says these include double red green. And that means these 2 that are the same color can't be red. They must be green. That's interesting. So now gray has become red. Well, that's good coloring. Now light blue has become green. And now the rest of this box 1 is green. That is red in row 1. Red, red, green here. This is red. This column, that's green to maintain this, and that's red. Interesting. Now we're going to need 2 more reds on this. No, 2 more greens on this. Oh, look, that's a 2 and a 5. That's one of each. These must be double red. And this needs 2 more greens to make a green in the hundreds digit there. So they're both green. This is now 1 of each. No, it's not. It's double red. Thank goodness for that, because the count in the column didn't work. Double red there, double green there, 1 of each here. That's all good. That's all good. Now, I did start the colouring in the right place now, because we've actually had progress. These 2 are the same colour. If it's red, we've used them all up. We've got a green down here, so we could have 3 reds on this arrow. We couldn't have 3 greens. Up here we've got 2 reds and a green. Here we've got 2 reds and a green as well. Which is the arrow? It might be this arrow that's going to sort us out. If those are both the same, they're going to have to be 5s. I know I'm jumping ahead trying to work out what is the disambiguator. Look, in this row, we've had 2 reds and we've got a 5 and a 2 that will be 1 red and 1 green. So the other 2 things are green. That's interesting. Now this green needed 2 greens and a red on its arrow. Oh, I did not realize these are 2 2s and a 5. So this box, this arrow is 2 5s and a 2, which accounts for the 250. That's not new info. I really desperately want to know if they're going to end up being the same it might be the only disambiguator available in the whole puzzle. I think all the 5 cell arrows have to be 3 of one color, 2 of another, and the majority color goes in the hundreds digit. In the 3 cell arrows down this column, it's 2 of one and 1 of the other, and the majority color goes in the hundreds digit. Same is true for that. And I don't think anything there disambiguates. Only this arrow can do it. And that's really fascinating as a way to get here. Now, it's all very well knowing what will disambiguate later, but what I need to find out is what we've got now. Maybe adding up all of the colors that are going to apply in these boxes. So here we got 2 reds and a green. If that was red, we'd need 3 reds on this arrow, and the 2 there would be 5, and that one would be 6. And that would make all of these green. That is just possible. The alternative looks much freer. If that's a green, then between that and this we've had 2 of each. Then we'd have 3 greens and 2 reds on here. That would leave us with 2 reds and a green for this area. Oh, that is red. So on this arrow we have 2 reds and a green. If 2 is red, this is 1 of each. But if 2 is green, this is double red. Actually, I'm not even sure this arrow will disambiguate anything. Even if these are both the same. I'm getting very confused about what is going to disambiguate anything. Right, let's go back to this 250. This was having 3 5s and a 2. 2 of these are 5s and 1 is a 2. Maybe I have to do a full count of all arrows somewhere. Wow, this is quite confusing. In this row, we've had 2 2s already and a 5. So these are 2 5s and a 2 between them. Or we know that this is green, so this is double green red. Let's go back down here. This is double red green. This has at least 2 of each on. So we're up to 4 reds and 3 greens and 1 other cell. That other cell is going to be the extra digit on this and that cell. 4 reds, 3 greens. If that's red, this is double green and that's red. Then we'd have, that doesn't work. Wow, that's complicated, but it's brilliant. Right. I'm going to go through the logic here again, but I've found it, I think. If this was 2 reds and this is 2 reds and a green because that's a red. The majority has to be red. This one is 2 of each and 1 that is the preponderant digit, which also goes there. If that was red, then we would have used up 2 reds here, 3 here, and 1 here. That's all 6 reds for these boxes. That would leave both of these being green. And actually, double green red here. Triple green isn't going to work. That's either 8 or 125, which is not this total. Even double green red doesn't work for this. Now, I was doing it a more complicated way in my head a moment ago by finding out that these twos are the same color, and if that was red and that was red, we'd have too many reds. That isn't necessary. All we need to go is that this can't be double green, which it would be if this was red. So this is green. Now, maybe that's all I found. Now, we've got 3 greens and 2 reds on here, 1 green and 2 reds on here. Between those arrows, that is 4 greens and 4 reds. Then we have green here. And now we're going to have 2 reds and a green in these cells. But if that's 2 reds, then I think we're not done. We are not done. Maybe I need to add all the digits, all the 2s and 5s in columns 4, 5, 6. That's 2 reds and a... Wait, this box is done. It's 2 reds and a green, a red there and double green there. This arrow, oh look, this is a green total. We've got 1 red on it already. Oh, this is quite important. I haven't thought about this yet. It's time to think about this. This group of 4 cells is 3 greens and a red. That's a green already. Oh, what's good? This is 3 greens and a red. 2 can't be red because those would all 3 be green, and that would be 4 greens in this column. 2 must be green. I mean, that's a huge and available revelation, but I've got there. I've got there. Green is a 2. So now all my green digits I can make into 2s, all my reds into 5s. Wow, I mean, bonkers puzzle. Now that 5 and that 5, they're reds. 2 is green. Now I've had 3 greens in this row, so I've got double red to go. Now I've had 3 reds in this box, so double green to go. These are double red. Reds are 5s. I can just fill these in. I'm doing the colouring, like the colouring by adding up totals of numbers, but then I can add colours, numbers into the colours. Here we've had 3 greens, so those are both reds and 5s. This is 50, which is 2 times 5 times 5. So that is double red. That means these digits are greens. And we must be able to count this column and find that that's a 5. So this is a 2. We can colour those both. It's a brilliantly clever puzzle, as you expect. This column needs 2 reds. This arrow needs a preponderance of greens for its green total. So those 2 are green. That's all the greens in the column. That's red. This one is green to count its box. And now we can finish off each of these rows with red, green, red. The reds are 5s, the greens are 2, and that's the answer. Happy 250th. Just under half an hour. Lovely puzzle, Rocky Rower. Exactly the sort of thing I like doing. Really clever. Not normal Sudoku rules, just loads of fun. Thank you so much for joining us on the channel. Absolute pleasure to bring that to you. In between last night's staying up in the small hours watching football and tonight's stream, I had better get some nap time. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.